Welcome to the first edition of 4 in 4. My name is Kathy Halgren and I'm the director of South St. Paul Public Library. What I hope to do in the next 4 minutes is introduce 4 new adult books on our shelves. This edition will cover 4 fiction titles, but future editions may include nonfiction as well as an older title worth a second look. My first book is The Astral by Christensen. It seems fashionable these days to write about middle-age crises, or at least middle-age confusion, and this book addresses that in the form of Harry Quirk. He and his wife Luz lived in Brooklyn in an apartment building called the Astral, hence the title, and he can't figure out what has happened to his life. His daughter Karina and his son Hector have lifestyles he never would have imagined for them, and his wife has just kicked him out over some suspicious poems he has penned. He finds himself suddenly single, financially shaky, and since his life as a poet appears to be over, he is now employed as a bookkeeper. Will things ever get better for old Harry? Of course, but only if Harry starts changing. If you enjoyed Jonathan Franzen's Freedom, you just might like this too. Next is So Much Pretty by Cara Hoffman. I have always been fascinated by books that explore murder in a small town because of the complicity and intentional silence that is necessary for the continued existence of the status quo. This book explores just that. The Pipers move to Hayden, New York, looking for the good life with their 2 daughters. What they find is anything but. This book is part thriller, part horror, part literary fiction, part diatribe, and hard to put down. A local girl, Wendy White, who has chosen to stay in the country rather than go to the city for opportunity, goes missing. And Stacy Flynn, along with the Piper's daughter Alice, are dead set to discover what evil lurks in the town of Hayden. It's a bit of work as the story is told through various points of view at different periods of time, but it's a tough, angry, and beautiful read. Next we have Minnesota author Peter Gye's Safe from the Sea. If you enjoy David Guterson, pick this up. Safe from the Sea is set in northern Minnesota and involves a reconciliation between a son, Noah, and his father, Olaf. Are they Norwegian? You betcha. About 35 years ago, Olaf barely survived a shipwreck on Lake Superior, and he lives in a cabin in the woods. Noah has returned home to try and make amends with his father before he dies, and Geye effortlessly weaves a story of all the complications that ensue with relationships, especially in families when tragedies happen. Being a northerner myself, I always enjoy books that succeed in portraying the beauty of northern Minnesota, as well as the no-nonsense practicality and honesty of people who choose to live in this part of our state. Finally, for our paperback readers, I have Julia Quinn's Just Like Heaven. If you're looking for a light historical romance set in England, pick this up. Probably the best introduction I could give it is right on the back of the book. Honoria Smythe-Smith is A, really bad violinist, B, still miffed at being nicknamed Bug as a child, C, not in love with her older brother's best friend, or D, all of the above. Marcus Holroyd is A, the Earl of Chatteris, B, regrettably prone to sprained ankles, C, not in love with his best friend's younger sister, or D, all of the above. Together they, A, eat quite a bit of chocolate cake, B, survive a deadly fever and the world's worst musical performance, C, fall quite desperately in love. It's Julia Quinn at her best, so you know the answer is D, all of the above. I hope you enjoyed hearing about these new books on our shelves. Do stop in soon and check them out.